My friend was friends with guys like Keith Haring.
Yeah.
Get down to the, it's funny you're talking about styles and whatnot. And I understand, like, dude, Van Gogh went crazy. He, like, cut his hair off. Why? Because Gauguin, like when they say he couldn't give away his paintings, well, that was the truth. But you don't understand an artist when you mean the depth of that. Because, like Keith Haring, what they would all do, they gave away, like Basquiat, he gave them.
Yeah.
Picasso, sorry. Everybody gave away their most dear paintings to people. You know what I mean? Because they knew, I'll give it to you. And if I become big, and while I'm in now, you'll be able to take care of your entire family if you're my real friend.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And my friend did. He sold a Keith Haring one, because they were like posters, and for like 80 grand. But the point I was getting to, a lot about art is just like anything else in life. If it wasn't for Gertrude Stein, guys like Picasso, Monet, and stuff, they would have been starving artists most of their entire life.
Yeah. Welcome back to another edition of Plein Air Painting in an Urban Environment. Today we're going to go out, find a spot, reflect on the summer that's been and the fall that's to come. Try to enjoy ourselves, have some fun, and maybe we'll go back with something we like. So let's go find a spot. Okay, looks like we found a spot to paint today. We're here on the corner of Broadway and West 81st Street, and I think the clouds are starting to clear as well. So I'm excited. This is a spot that I've had in the back of my mind. I really like the looks of the street and the sign and the different colors. And I have kind of been saving this spot for a cloudy day. So, sun's always moving. Let's get started.
Sir, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I so admire people that can do what you do. I can't do that to save my life. But are you making a video of yourself making the painting?
I am.
I'm just wondering if that's something painters do in order to assess their own technique or style. Or are you doing it for publication?
Good question. I did it. I've started doing it for publication, but in going through and editing the videos and stuff, I'm learning a lot about my painting style and things that I might want to do differently and things that I like.
It's like this. It's like a singer making a recording of themselves. And
I should have thought of this.
Except the painting is the recording in another way.
Yeah, it's interesting because editing them, I end up going through and I probably watch it almost longer than it takes me to paint it, and so I really, just by default, I really scrutinize every brush stroke. It's kind of a balancing act, though. I try not to think too much because you can get inside your own head a little bit, just like a singer might. It's like you overthink something, and then all of a sudden,
then you'll flub it up.
Yeah, it's
you're
like
worrying about you're not worried about doing it. You're worried about how to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good to look at it and kind of give. It's almost like being able to give yourself a critique and give yourself feedback in a different way than just looking at the finished painting. But at the same time, I do try to limit myself from getting too wrapped up.
Right. Yeah, it's got
that's a good question. Yeah, nobody's asked me that. And
all right. Well, good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you.
How long does it take for you to make a painting or a painting of this type?
About 3 to 4 hours. I'm kind of a bit of a perfectionist by nature, and doing this has also kind of taught me to let go of that. And
well, there is no perfect.
There's no perfect,
and there's always somebody better.
And you're right. Yeah, there's always someone better, and
dead or alive.
That's why that's a really good point, and that's why another thing that I have really learned to do is not try to compare myself to anyone else or any other type of art or painting.
You can't. You can only be you.
Yeah.
Like it or not.
Exactly. Like it or not. Especially in my years of painting, I have found that your style will emerge if you're in a pursuit of an honest, you know what I mean? So in a way, setting out to have your own style and be different is just, in my opinion, like not quite as authentic It's just setting out to do an honest painting. But
Neo impression.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Excuse me. I was just listening to what you said.
Yeah.
If I feel like I'm superimposing in a
No, go ahead.
Like no, because I love art, and I was just listening to what you were saying, and I'm sorry, it was intriguing.
Yeah.
To a certain degree, like I love like good talks about art and whatnot. And hey, I'm a man of the streets. You obviously know, so definitely know about art.
you see a lot of stuff, I bet. You see a lot of stuff.
I was just about to say, dude, there's some. You're talking about styles, and there's some true good art. I was about to say, in avenues, you know, because I do agree with that fine art. I'm always downtown typically. That smoke and mirrors, you know, kind of. It's interesting. My friend was friends with guys like Keith Haring.
Yeah.
Get down to the, you know, it's funny you're talking about styles and whatnot, and I understand, like, dude, Van Gogh went crazy, he, like, cut his hair off. Why? Because Gauguin, like when they say he couldn't give away his paintings, well, that was the truth, but you don't understand an artist when you mean the depth of that. Because, like Keith Haring, what they would all do, they gave away, like Basquiat, he gave them. Picasso, sorry, everybody gave away their most dear paintings to people. You know what I mean? Because they knew, I'll give it to you, and if I become big, and while I'm it now, you'll be able to take care of your entire family if you're my real friend. You know, and whatnot. And my friend did. He sold a Keith Haring one, you know, because they were like posters, you know, and for like 80 grand. But the point I was getting to, a lot about art is just like anything else in life. If it wasn't for Gertrude Stein, guys like Picasso, Monet, and stuff, they would have been starving artists most of their entire life.
This is interesting.
Anyways,
well said.
Yeah, cool. I'm sorry.
I honestly, thank you for sparking this great.
I'm fascinated with.
Yeah, this is what can come from coming out and doing art outside. Is you know, it can create a really nice dialogue.
Well, I hope it wasn't too distracting.
Not at all,
dude. Not at all. I actually, thank you for the good New York moment. Like.
Okay, looks like we got a quick drawing in. It took about 20 minutes, and it went from cloudy to sunny, so I'm pretty excited. I'm excited to get going on the block in, put those light shapes. I don't know if they'll stay. I think they will. It's really starting to clear. So, sun's always moving. Let's continue with the block in.
These are things that don't happen in life. Real quick, if you want to check out a painting that will intrigue you, look up Hieronymus Bosch. Just look up Hieronymus Bosch. Yeah.
Remember it.
And you know, it will bug you out. Yeah. You know who Hieronymus Bosch was? I just was turned on to him about a couple of years ago because people use his name as I thought he was an author for a while, but no, he was a middle-aged Danish painter, and he painted this thing called. Gotta look it up. It's literally one of the most intriguing paintings I've ever seen. It's called.
Does it have tons of little like detail and? Yeah, I know exactly.
It's the Earthly Delights one.
Yeah, I know.
You know, and it's like looks like when people are having sex with fish almost.
You could look at it. You could look at it for hours and find something new.
Weird,
all the time. Right?
But it doesn't make any like sense because it's like do you know that that was commissioned by the church? That painting, right?
I didn't know that.
That doesn't, and so it weirds people out because it's like, dude, you got priests in the painting, like dangling with.
It was like kind of a bold move for him to kind of do put his own ideas into that painting.
Totally.
At that time, right?
I mean, a king bought it not long and owned it for like how long till a museum bought it, and that's all he did his whole life. He was like intrigued because the Earthly Delights, if you get the entire painting, it's not one painting. It's like supposed to be like 4 or 5 pieces with open doors. Like
I know what you're talking about.
Like Dante's, I believe it was Dante's Inferno. No, maybe not Dante. What was the great? Botticelli's, I believe, he did an Inferno painting, and what happens is like if you look at it, somebody rich person bought it, and they didn't notice that they finally put it over their fireplace because they realized that's what it was. When he made it, it has these little like things under it. It looks like it's ruined, but that's not what it is. You're supposed to put it on above the fireplace, and it looks like, and it makes sense. And it looks like somebody's now being burned.
Right. That's it. But because it's like a lot of those old painters were such virtuosos that they would paint things at the angle from which you would see it. So if you were to look at it like the painting straight on, it would be all out of proportion. And same thing with the sculptures too. You know, it was like for where it was supposed to be at the angle that you see it, it makes sense proportionally. But you look at it straight on, it's like
it's not. Yeah, and you get that 360.
I mean, that just takes a genius to like do that.
I was never able to. It's funny you're talking about. I was never able to appreciate Picasso. You seem like definitely a cerebral intellectual, and I like that. But I read that book. I read this book called A Movable Feast, and it was published posthumously by Ernest Hemingway, and he's talking about living in the 20s in Paris, and he's young, and he's hanging out with Gertrude Stein, and he was talking, and I'm reading, but Picasso was different. So the way Picasso grew up, the way he found painting, his father was a professional painter, and he sat down, because people said, technically, Picasso's not that great. No, dude, he was genius. He just wanted to do something different. Right. Same with Van Gogh. They could paint just, if they needed to be paid to paint this, they could do it. They could do that old classical style, but they wanted to do something different. And, but I was reading about how Picasso, he really went through, because Gertrude Stein loved him because he was changing. It was like the 40s and 50s. And Picasso, I thought this was meaningful. One of the reasons why he did all these abstract forms, oh yeah, when he was 14, he realized his father was a professional painter, and he said he needed that. Pablo went in and he goes, no, you're painting the birds wrong. And just literally, as he's dashing the birds, his father realizes, he hands him and realizes my son is the great painter of the family. But it was at like 14.
What a great story.
Yeah, and he was basically becoming better than his father. So his father moved him over to that thing. Yeah, and he realized my son is going to be a great painter. And his father took the whole family out and moved out. And, yeah, right?
Good for his father. Okay, so we got a block in. It went very fast. The light changed as I was putting the shapes in, and I just kind of went with it. So let's continue refining the big shapes and adding detail. Having the humility to recognize
that. Right? But real quick, what I thought was cool about Picasso, he was saying, so he went to Africa when he was young, or had an African friend, and in Africa, if you paint a person like perfectly, and this like picture perfect, that's actually kind of like, that's taking away, they look at that like you're taking away their soul.
Okay.
It's interesting.
How interesting
right?
Is beauty and like creativity from culture to culture.
From culture to culture. Yeah, so what he learned was, he said that's why you would see all these wild forms and stuff, because he says, yeah, man, if I want to put the nose up here, I can do that if I want to. Yeah. You know what I mean? I thought that was really interesting, and that was what I think that curve that changed like modern art.
There was
like Monet and all those guys, and they were just, what a time to be in, right?
I know.
Because most of it, but it was interesting because people would look at their, you gotta remember that, people would look at their art and be like, that is horrible.
Have you ever seen that?
And Gertrude Stein and put it up in her apartment, and then they would buy it.
Have you ever seen that Woody Allen movie called Midnight in Paris?
No.
You should watch it. I think you would like it. It's just
I love Woody Allen.
Take on that time. And it has Woody Allen humor, which is good, I think.
I love Woody Allen humor,
and you should check that out. It's Owen Wilson's like really funny in it. And
are you an Owen Wilson fan at all?
I'm an Owen Wilson. I'm a Wes Anderson fan.
Dude, if you've seen Bottle Rocket, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just about to say, like, nobody, there's all these Wes Anderson fans, and I'm like, you guys seen Bottle Rocket? It was his first movie.
Yeah.
They were literally right out of.
Which one's your favorite? It's hard to say, but
I mean,
if you had to,
Wes Anderson movies. I mean, honestly, Rushmore was literally that's up there in my top 10.
That's what got me into it.
Yeah, Rushmore was amazingly
I saw that
perfect.
in the theater. At that time, they used to have those like $2 shows. Remember that? Where it was like it would be a little bit past when it would be in the normal theater.
Yeah.
You could go see a movie for $2.
$2, right?
And
what about the light?
That and I was like, this is the funniest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, Jason Schwartzman was so
fucking
so good, man. Yeah. You know that he's he's a Coppola, right?
Yeah. I found that out from going down a rabbit hole on the internet. I just found that out like a month or two ago.
You know what I like about Jason Schwartzman is he's not like this super good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Have you seen his brother? He has a brother named, dude, who looks like better looking than like Leonardo DiCaprio,
How
bro.
funny is
but
that?
he's not nearly as famous as Jason. So I like that.
I like that too.
I too. That you know, just the good looking one always gets the fame. You know,
he helps give the rest of us hope that you can achieve something and you don't have to have it all.
Have it like all.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
and he's unique. Right?
Definitely. I liked The Life Aquatic.
Okay, yeah, that was probably like for some reason
the least my favorite.
I don't know why. I just like the other one so much. I like.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Royal Tenenbaums.
Royal Tenenbaums.
I was just about to say that in Rushmore to me.
You gotta like the Royal Tenenbaums.
I was in the New Yorker when it came out, and I loved
it. Me neither. I think that's great, but the Grand Budapest Hotel takes the cake for me. I don't know why. Well,
dude, I was just about to say that was a really good movie.
Maybe right behind Rushmore. I mean, can't be that.
Rushmore was amazing, like freaking movie. But yo, I'm gonna let you like get back to doing what you're doing, dude.
Thank you.
Your name's Woody.
Yeah, let me give you my card.
Yeah, man.
Let me give you my card, and you obviously know a heck of a lot about art, and I really appreciate you sharing, your thoughts and stuff. That is so cool, man.
Dude, maybe like, I'm about to get a phone. I was just getting out the phone. I'll just like, I get really into art history and all that kind of stuff.
All my links are on there, and you can email me and
just like show you cool shit, and you can do likewise and stuff.
I appreciate it. What was your name again?
My name is Jared.
Jared?
Jared, like the jewelry store.
Okay, nice to meet you, Jared.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Thanks for stopping. Have a good one. I'm gonna finish because the light's moving and I gotta get it, but
you gotta do what you gotta do. Conversations are meant to start and end. No, you're a nice guy, and I'm the same way. Sometimes I want this ended. It's like, take it first.
I know. We're the same. It's all good. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping.
I know I'm already going to see you around.
Okay, see you, Jared. Okay, I'm going to call this a finished painting. I don't know how long I have. Sorry that you guys missed the end of the details. My battery is running very low. All in all, I think it was a great session. Caught some light, came out here, it was cloudy, and things changed a little bit. And I was able to adapt. So we'll move on to the next painting. And thank you for watching once again. If you like the video, if you like the painting, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.